Once you've completed your horizontal slip fence, the final stage is to build and install your Slipfence horizontal gate. The materials needed but not included in the gate kit to build a standard 6-foot high by approximately 48-inch wide gate are 2 pieces of 2x4 by 8-foot long lumber, 2 pieces of 2x4 by 10-foot long lumber, 13 pieces of 1-inch by 5.5-inch deck board cut to the width of the gate, a 100 pack of 2-inch deck screws. First, measure between the gate posts where the gate will swing, and this measurement less 1 1/4 inches will be the width of the gate. For example, if the measurement between the 2 gate posts is 48 inches, then the width of the gate will be 46 3/4 of an inch wide. Cut 2 pieces of 2x4 from one of the 2x4 by 8 footers to this width, and these will be the top and bottom rails for your gate frame. Then, cut the 2x4 by 10-foot board exactly in half, and these 2 60-inch pieces of 2x4 will be the side rails for the gate frame. On a flat surface, place the 2 60-inch rails inside the top and bottom rails, creating a rectangle. Do not place the side rails outside the top and bottom rails, or the gate will be too wide for the opening. Once the frame is laid out and the corners are square, use the L brackets and wood screws included in the kit to fasten the frame together. Make sure that all of the gussets on the brackets are all on the bottom flat surface. Use 4 brackets on the inside of the frame and 2 on the outside on the hinge side of the gate, making sure that the frame stays square as the screws are drilled in. After all the brackets have been fastened to the frame, this is where you would cut the crossmember or stabilizing rail for the middle of the frame to hold the frame true and square. The crossmember will be angled from the bottom hinge side to the top latch side of the gate. To cut the crossmember, lay the rectangle frame flat on top of the remaining 2x4, so the 2x4 is angled properly from the bottom hinge side to the top latch side, and mark the 2x4 on both ends to be cut to fit inside the frame. Cut the crossmember to size and place it inside the frame on its correct angle. You may need to tap the ends with a rubber mallet to get the crossmember to fit where the ends meet the bracket screw heads. Flip the frame over and fasten the crossmember to the bracket gussets with the screws provided. Before fastening the hinges to the frame, flip the frame back over so the gussets are down and place the hinges on top of the frame snug up against the outside L brackets and fasten with wood screws provided. Make sure that the hinges and the swing of the gate are correct with the crossmember and that the hinge cylinders are on the inside of the gate. Once the hinges have been fastened to the frame, you can now hang the gate frame onto the gate post with the self-drilling screws included in the hinge pack. The gate frame should be hung 2 inches below the top of the top board of the fence section next to the gate. Once in place, fasten the gate hinges with the self-drilling screws into the post. Now that the frame is hanging on the post, you can start cladding the front of the gate, either with the same deck boards as the rest of the fence, or to make the gate a little lighter in weight, you can also use 5/8 thick fence boards provided the texture and color are the same. First, measure the boards to be cut approximately 1/2 inch wider than the width of the frame. 13 boards will need to be cut at this length, and before they are fastened to the frame, these boards should sit outside and dry for about 2 weeks to shrink before fastening them to the frame. Then, using 2-inch deck screws, start cladding the gate from the top board being level with the top board on the fence panel next to the gate, and work down from there, checking each board for level as you work down. You can either screw from the outside of the gate on the edges or from the inside, so that no screw heads will be visible from the outside. The bottom board may need to be cut narrower, depending on the gap needed under the gate to swing freely. Once all of the boards have been fastened, it's time to add the gate latch. Gate latch instructions are included in the gate kit. If you've opted for the cap rail, this is when it would be installed to the top of the finished gate. 2 optional rubber straps are included in the gate kit to emulate the channels in the horizontal system, and also to clean up both edges if boards were not cut perfectly. To install the rubber straps, close the gate and start at the top of the top board on the edge of the gate, just under the cap rail if it's there, and screw in 2 black wood screws into the top edge. Pull the strap down slightly taut and fasten 1 screw through the strap into the top portion of each board. At the very bottom, fasten 2 screws through the rubber and then cut off the excess. Go back and add a second screw through the strap to each bottom portion of each board to keep the strap straight and look uniform. Repeat this procedure for the opposite edge of the front side of the gate. Hinges can be adjusted to self-close or open by following the instructions included in the hinge pack. For taller horizontal gates, increase the side rails to 4 inches shorter than the height of the fence and repeat all other steps. Build a better fence. Slipfence by Tahoe Products Group.